How do you keep yourself moving forward when things get tough and going through adversity? Will, you've developed as a young man off the field, obviously on the field. What we want to know is what defines your playing style?
My playing style I would describe as versatile, and I would say some traits that comes within that is really just like speed, strength, agility, technique, really all those things.
NFL team's getting the best player.
Yeah, I think they're getting the complete corner, best DB in this class, so
Love that.
gotta come in and make an impact right now.
Love that. And then keeping with the same theme of developing off the field and developing on the field, how does your mindset shift once you step inside the white lines?
I'm a naturally, calmer, chiller guy off the field, so a lot of people wouldn't see how I could be that dog, that killer on the field. Like do those little things to irritate you, show different things, show different styles. So just coming in, having that killer mentality and ready to go out there and play is what makes that happen.
You enjoy messing with the quarterback? Is that one of your favorite?
Yeah, for sure.
Give him different looks, rolling into.
Best things when you see him looking at you, you keep trying to
Yeah.
tell like what you're in, and you can tell he can't do it, and he throws you that pick right after. That's the best feeling for sure.
Well, life at the next level, life in general is all about staying in motion, comes with a lot of mobility, navigating challenges. How does Will Johnson navigate life challenges?
Yeah, I think I stay mobile and kind of navigate through those type of challenges by just leaning on my support system, leaning on my dad, my sister, my mom, and keeping God first in all those moments, knowing it's going to be uncomfortable situations, things I haven't done before, and they might have been in those situations before and had to be in that same type of process where they have to navigate through new life challenges. So keeping them close, keeping them tight, and knowing if I stay in the moment and lean on the people that I have, that I'll be okay.
You've become known as a consistent player, a consistent defender that your team can rely on each week. What goes into that preparation for you to be able to show up each weekend and be the same Will Johnson?
I think most importantly, the consistency off the field and throughout the week makes you consistent on Saturdays. Preparing the right way in the film room, getting your body right, in the training room, all those in the weight room, all of those things, that all correlates to, being consistent on Saturdays. So I think most importantly, just the preparation.
When you think about your draft process, what are you looking for in an NFL team?
I'm just looking for a team that wants to win, not okay with losing, but they don't just say that, they do the actions that, speak that. So it's a team that's detail oriented, a disciplined team, a team that's built off hard work and grit, and someone similar to the culture that I had at Michigan, that's hell-bent on winning.
And then as they're evaluating their process, what are they getting in Will Johnson?
What they're getting in me, is a hard-working guy, a guy that's going to be God first, good in the community, good with his teammates, do all those things most importantly. Then after that, they're getting a shutdown corner, a guy that's going to take away that number one receiver and come in and capitalize off of that and go score some touchdowns.
As you make this leap and transition into the next level, into the NFL, what's one of the aspects of your game that you're most focused on over these next few months before your rookie season?
Yeah, I think over these next few months, really just getting everything together. My strength, my agility, mobility, my mind, really everything to be prepared as a whole. To be able to play on that next level and be a complete player when I get there.
How do you plan on embracing the community that drafts you?
I plan on doing that by doing the things I did similar at Michigan. And I had a toy drive every year, toy giveaway around Christmas. I had a turkey giveaway, around Thanksgiving. So doing things like that. I had a youth football camp every year. So doing things like that, to get the community involved and give back is something I've always wanted to do.
How do you want to use your platform to inspire the next generation?
Yeah, I want to use my platform just by, I feel like one of my purposes and the reason I'm here is to be an ambassador for Christ, and bring people closer to God and use my platform to do that. So, that's one of my main goals. And I know there's a lot of kids, especially in Detroit and where I grew up, that are going through the same programs and things like that, just to motivate them, show them how I work, how I got to where I am, and they can do it too. So,
what's something you learned as a child that has not left you?
Hard work is undefeated. I feel like that's what my whole life has been predicated off of just working hard and letting everything else come after that. So that's got me a long way, and don't plan on changing that anytime soon.
How do you define success beyond football?
For me, that's kind of similar as like, how do I want to impact people outside of football? I feel like on the field, you're always gonna, if you do great things, you're gonna impact people in that way. But doing things in the community, bringing people closer to God, all those type of things are, for me, was gonna separate just being a football player and being successful.
10 years down the road from now, God willingly, when people talk about your career, what do you want them to say?
I want them to say, most importantly, he was a great person on and off the field. Was a great leader. He left a mark in the city he was in, in the community, on the field, and motivated a lot of kids to be their best. Strive to be one of the greatest. Hopefully, I'm one of the greatest one day. So I want to be a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. Win some MVPs and do all those things. So I'm just trying to get to the top and bring a lot of people with me.